Hey YouTube, today I'm bringing you my Spirit Warrior deck, but first, please like, comment, and subscribe on these videos. If I can get that subscriber count up, that would be absolutely wonderful. Anyway, so the inspiration from this deck took from... I was reading some old Shonen Jump articles. It seemed like for at least the 4 available on, I think it was GOATformat.com, there was one tournament, for some reason, 3 DD Assailants became wildly popular. It's like every deck seemed to be maining 3 DD Assailants. I thought that was really cool. It's definitely one of those cards that, similar to DD Warrior Lady, is kind of like an out to everything. Has stats that get over all the basic monsters of the format, and if you just summon that turn 1 and pass, it forces your opponent to play in a certain way, because it's generally, unless you're playing a warrior deck, it's too big for them just to get around, so they do have to use resources to get over it, but it's not as easy as just summoning. Like if I summon King Tiger Wangu, I can Book of Moon it and just run it over with, like, I don't know, a Decoichi or something. But you can't do that against DD Assailant, obviously, because its defense is too big, its stats or its attack is very good at 1700, but that effect that as soon as it's destroyed by battle, it removes it from play, is also can be pretty hemorrhaging against many decks in a lot of situations. I think it's a very good just turn 1 play just to summon or even set it, because they run into it with a Kaiku or whatever it might be, not knowing what it is, and you get that instant remove from play, one of their very powerful cards for, I don't want to say one of your weaker cards, but I think you definitely win in that trade-off. So that's kind of where I got the inspiration for this, as well as Serenity's Spirit deck really made me enjoy having Susa Soldier. So I went ahead and tossed that in here as well. But anyways, let's hop right into it. Trap lineup is very standard. The only thing that could be changed is I would have no problem dropping a Dust Tornado, which I play 2 of for Call the Haunted. But again, just in general, I'm not a huge fan of Call the Haunted. I think that's just kind of, as time goes, I switch back and forth on that. And then the best trap, Triple Solemns. I'm set on basically Triple Solemns in almost every single deck. So that's the trap. Traps. Spells. I don't think there's anything crazy. I do run 6 Spirit Monsters, so creature swap. And then typically I don't main deck Noblemans. And the idea is whenever I build a deck, at least for YouTube, I kind of want to build it with the mindset of what would I personally play in a tournament setting. But in this case, I am playing double Tsukiyomi and, well, I'll keep going, and triple Book of Moon. So while I'm usually not a big fan of double Nobleman, using double Tsukiyomi and triple Book of Moon, I think even in a tournament setting, that is more than enough reason for me to say Nobleman should definitely find its way inside of this deck, as well as just having that good matchup against turn 1 Decoichis and Magician of Faiths or Merchants, anything of that sort, obviously. Then going into the spells, so I'm playing 1 BLS, and I have 1 Blade Knight, 1 Warrior Lady, and 2 Azure Priest as my supporting cast light monsters. One thing I did toy around with was dropping one of the DD Assailants I am playing 3 of for a Blade Knight, a second Blade Knight, but I don't know, I think just 4 lights for BLS, especially with Rhoda, and then being searchable, I'm fine with that. That's kind of player preference at that point, but I did want to go with those triple DD Assailant, which is why I went there. And then the other 2 1-ofs, let me get those. So again, for the spirits, I run the 2 Azure Priest, 2 Tsukiyomis, obviously one of the best cards with a fantastic effect, and then 2 Susa Soldiers, which is really a shame. So this guy has great stats for a spirit monster that you know is not going to be taken. You can just summon it and keep attacking over stuff every turn. Very cool monster. It's a shame that even his effect isn't hampering. His effect doesn't bother me at all, but it's a shame that his effect is so negative. Whereas if he just had effect that was, if it was something like when this card's summoned, select 1 face-up monster and change its battle position, anything as simple as that, anything that would just make him, that's like a positive effect, because his effect's clearly negative, but it's not hampering. It's not going to stop him from being a playable card. So that's that's a little sad. And if he were a light monster as well, like a light thunder, oh my gosh, he would see play in probably every deck actually. But as he is, still a cool card. Big fan of Sousa Soldier. Like I said, triple DD Assailants, and then to run out or finish out the monster lineup, running triple Donzalug. Seems a little strange, but I really didn't have a reasoning behind this other than I just wanted to try out the Donzalug. I think the strangest thing about this build is that I am running a Warrior engine with Spirit Monsters. The reason that's a little weird is because Warriors, they have great utility, but I personally don't think they have great field presence. Outside of DD Assailant and Warrior Lady, which obviously I run the 3 of, they get ran over by literally everything. And DD Assailant and Warrior Lady are specifically there to be ran over by everything. Blade Knight's probably not going to survive too long. Exile Force will not survive long, obviously. And Donzalug might survive to get one attack in or bait out a back row. So that's something that is very conflicting in this deck, is with, you have Spirit Monsters, you want to see, not you want to see, but the mindset's probably going to be, I want to run something like Recruiters, whether it be Shining Angel, Pyramid Turtle, or Mystic Tomato, that keep that field presence, along with something like Gravekeeper Spy or Spirit Reaper. Whereas I kind of went back on that, but I think the utility of these monsters, the Warrior monsters, as well as just the general purpose strengths of the Spirit monsters, is something that can be relied on. I do think playing double or even triple creature swap and a deck that had Spirit Monsters with triple Tomato, like Sangan, things like that, is certainly another route to look at. And that might be something I'll come back with one day. But for now, this is what I got for my Spirit Warrior deck. Let me know what you like. Again, please comment, like, and subscribe to the video, and I'll be back with another one. See ya.